Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk about something. First of all, let me get this part out of the way. Might as well make this like a double feature video. Earlier today, I released a video basically talking about the whole PSN outage and how, 70 plus million users basically got their information stolen, and Sony wasn't even sure about credit card information yet. After posting that video, I read a news article saying that, guess what? There is a class action lawsuit against Sony now over this. It's amazing what lawyers can spiff up in a jiffy. So, yeah, I figured I'd let you guys know on that little update there that, yes, there is a class action lawsuit against Sony. And basically it states that they want to know why their security was very low and very hackable to begin with. And they want Sony to take steps to beef up the security, which I thought they were doing that for the last week. Anyway, class action lawsuit against Sony. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the 3DS sales has been lower than expected. Nintendo thought they were going to sell 4 million units, but they only sold 3.61 million units. It's pretty close. And, Nintendo has to do some convincing on why someone should spend $250 for a 3DS to play games on it. I don't think the 3DS is a bad system. I personally cannot do the 3D. I just get motion sickness from it. That's part of the reason why I'm not in that big of a hurry, is because I personally cannot do 3D. I've tried other 3D systems in the past. The glasses, the red and blue cardboard glasses. I can't do that either. I basically tried almost all of them, and I get sick from them. Even the Virtual Boy, I got sick from it too. But, in terms of Nintendo trying to convince people that spend $250 is a good value for a 3DS, I think the biggest reason why people are not buying a 3DS, or not as many as Nintendo thought, is because if you look at the game selections right now, there's really nothing compelling to buy the system for. I played around with the 3DS. I like how it feels. The games do look really good on it. But the games themselves, there's not one single game right now that will convince me to spend $250 plus an extra $40 to spend to play a game on it. At least not at this time. Another thing is that the 3DS, it's still primarily a gaming device. Yes, you can put audio on it, and you can take pictures on it. But where's the video feature? Why there's no video player on it? Yes, I know the whole thing with Netflix, but I'm talking about actually uploading your own videos onto the device. I mean, the PSP can do that, and that was released back in 2005. The PSP has an RSS feature on it where it can download RSS feeds on it, like podcasts, like audio podcasts, video podcasts. The PSP is really the only device I know of that can download it directly onto the device. It's not like a Zune or an iPod where you have to have the software on the computer to download it on the device, which iPod Touches, iPhones, and even the Zunes players all have Wi-Fi on them, but they can't download directly onto it. So that's primarily part of the reason why I believe more people are not buying a 3DS, because I can walk into the store right now and buy a 3DS. Another reason why I'm holding back on the 3DS is, one, Nintendo has a history of releasing new versions of a system, especially when it comes to handheld systems. You know, I bought an original DS, you know, the fat, ugly version, on day one. Then, like a year later, they released the DS Lite. And then after that, they released the DSi. And then they later released the DSi XL, which is just a larger version of the DSi. At that point, I didn't really see a need to get a DSi XL. I do have a DSi. I still have my original fat DS. I don't have my DS Lite anymore. I actually traded that when I got the DSi. But, you know, that's buying essentially the same system multiple times. So who doesn't think that Nintendo's just going to release a new revamped version that will probably have a much better battery life? Because from what I'm hearing, the battery life is actually getting shorter now, somehow. And that's really one of the biggest reasons why I kind of want to hold out on the 3DS, is I kind of want to wait until they release a new revamped version of the 3DS, and hopefully by then they'll add extra features on it that would be a little more compelling. Yeah, it is nice that, oh look, you got the AR games and things like that. That's really more just to toy around with it. It's not really something you're going to carry the cards with you and do it in public. It's just something you're going to do it once or twice, and that's pretty much it. Same thing with the, what was that called? Face Raiders? Same thing. Though it is actually kind of cool to show it off. But those types of applications Nintendo bundle with it, it just seems more like ways for people to show it off to other people to get them excited to actually buy the system. Which in some ways it actually works. It's free marketing, essentially. But the two biggest reasons why more people are not buying a 3DS is, one, you know, that people want to wait, you know, for a newer, cheaper version to come out. Because $250, especially right now with how the economy is and the way, you know, people just don't have the disposable income that they used to right now. So $250 primarily to play games on it is kind of asking a lot right now. And yeah, you can say that, but wait a minute, people will spend $300-$400 for a PS3, or, you know, $200 to $300 for an Xbox 360, or $200 for a Wii. Well, those are game consoles, and especially like on the PS3 and 360, and to some extent the Wii, you can kind of do more than just play games on it. All three devices have Netflix on it. As of this video, the 3DS doesn't have a Netflix application yet, though they do plan on adding it at a later date. So I think people are just waiting for Nintendo to mature the system a little bit more than it is right now. I think the system, the hardware itself, is pretty much finished. It's just when it comes to the software stuff, it just seems like it's in a alpha or beta stage. And honestly, and another thing is, actually one of the bigger reasons why I've held off on the 3DS is that right now you cannot transfer all your DSiWare games onto the 3DS yet. and I've spent a good amount of money on the DSi store. So, and I don't want to buy a system and also have no lug around the DSi to play those games. So I'm primarily just waiting until Nintendo adds all the extra features, and maybe I'll think about getting one then. But until then, I really have no interest in it right now. So that's my take on this, and let me know what you guys think. So leave a comment down below. Like always, have a good one, and let me know what you think about the class action lawsuit against Sony. I'd like to know what you guys think about that too. So like always, have a good one.